Hey, hello everyone. Alpha here, and welcome to another episode of the ABT Coaching Bloom series. Yes, today is episode 37. Wow. As always, I'm very much excited, and today is yet another interesting topic, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. Now, this topic today brings to mind my experience so far in this life, and I've learned a lot. It has enabled me to go through that process wherein I've gained awareness of what I'm doing and look at myself like, you're not done yet. You're not a finished article. You have a lot to learn, and I'm still enjoying it. So today is like you or everyone living with difficult people. That's one. Can be scary. Okay. You know, when you're living with difficult people, you can be in the job or like you working for corporations or you be in your family, you just have to deal with those people, like you're living with them. There's no way you have to work with them. Okay. Dealing with difficult people can drain your positive energy. And most times the voices in our heads, within tells us to be difficult right back. For me, that's logically it's okay to defend yourself. I'm gonna use my own situation because it's only now when I'm doing this live and I can reflect, and I noticed that I've been a difficult person for a very very long time. These are like the saboteurs. They have a way of giving us those justification lies that it's okay to be to behave certain ways. It's okay to develop certain bad habits. Okay. So when you tend to become difficult, you know what will happen to you? You lose touch of what's happening around you. You lose touch of the good things that's happening, like want to come your way. Okay. And I've been in a situation where my gut reaction, was very bad. And I defend myself with anger. It's sad though, because now that I'm aware of it, when I'm looking at what other people are doing, you can destroy lives. Okay. It's so difficult because that was the time when I tend to get back at people. Okay. If you put me in a difficult situation and you try to be difficult with me, I will do the same thing to you. I thought I would try to get even with people, but that's not the case. And sometimes it's like, even when you're dealing with a difficult boss or a difficult colleague in the corporation, or a difficult friend when you're in the school, or like you're doing business, it's hard because there are things that you would think that is normal, but that's not the case. And sometimes they are there to confuse us, okay, and to make things very difficult for us. I can deal with those kind of people. There are ways, there are techniques to. It has worked for me. I hope it to work for you. But for me, what I'll say is this. I'll share this one because that was a time wherein I lost touch of so many good things around me. I thought the world was against me, and I was angry most of the time because I look at people like who are like doing certain things towards me. I'm like, I need to get even. Having said that, that's not life. We are going through difficult situations in our lives, but the difficult people sometimes they remind us, just like I said on the last episode, like these people, the negative people, you being difficult, you having the anger issues. These people remind us like how far we have come, because once you stop, or once you stop like being difficult, or once you are aware that you are difficult, it's changes so many things. It gives you that identity, that self-awareness. That's awesome. Okay. And if you're out there and you being difficult, I don't blame you, because sometimes It's a society. It has its narrative, and it can force us to do things that we don't want to do, but we get used to it. Okay, just like when you're like you start working from a state perspective, and you know what it means to empathize with people, what it means to for you to navigate through challenges, and for you to be innovative. These are all the same things. At the end of the day, it's like you doing what is necessary for you to survive. I get that one. Okay, you should not allow those narratives to like control your life. Okay, if they are good narratives, fine. But if they are making you to become very difficult, I tell you, that's not the way to live your life. Because what will happen? The bad energy will come in. You will be negative. You will not see. You will not. You will not be able to see the clarity in your life. And obviously, your self development will be daunting. Okay, so that's the thing. But as always, I try to give tips here and there, things that have worked for me. Okay, and one thing I know is sometimes we don't know what other people are going through. Okay, and a difficult person can go through a very tough ordeal, or they will deal with a bad situation you will not want to be part of. That I get it. I get that one because sometimes we don't look at the big picture wherein we tend to avoid or try to like put ourselves in other people's shoes. Because when you do that, when you shift that mindset, you do that one, you know what will happen to you? You start to feel for that person. You start to feel for those people because sometimes they themselves they don't know what they are doing. Just like me, and I was doing those kind of things. I was very very difficult. I don't reason with people. I was like arrogant. Okay, but it took me nowhere. And when I started this journey, I saw so many things. I saw so many uh, behaviors, habits, bad habits that it made me to because of the clarity. It allowed me to like see these things, and I was like, wow, was I doing these kind of things? So it's scary sometimes. But again, are you gonna like let the saboteurs take control of your life? No, that's not the way to go about your life. You have to do something. Taking action is that's one thing you have to do. Once you know that you have the self-awareness, you have to take actions. Okay. So what am I going to say today? It's like this. When you show uh lots of love to a difficult person on a consistently basis, you know what's happening? It will help you to like or the person to reduce that bad energy, and you will get what you want. That's incredible. Because at the end of it, that's what all we want. We want the positive energy that we are giving out, we want to receive it back in tenfold if it's possible. But imagine if you're like giving this positive energy out and then you are receiving 10 times the negative energy because of difficult people around you. It's hard. Okay, sometimes you will lose it. And then you go crazy. And I've been in those situations. It will not change because this is how I look at it. For every difficult situation, you should look at the opportunities in there. You should be able to turn it into a gift. But I will say it, and you'll be in your little corner, and then you'll be asking yourself like, what's he really saying? How many of us can look at bad situations or look at difficult people doing the things that are not good for humanity, and look at them and say, okay, you know what? I can be of help to that person. Okay, let me just start to think about them, like put myself in their own position, and see how life will pan out to be. So that's the one thing, and is for me. I look at it now like whenever I'm in the situation where I'm gonna deal with those kind of people, um, I try to like show them love. Okay, try to empathize with them because that's the best you can do. Okay, you cannot control their emotions, you cannot control their reactions, but what you can do, you can control yourself. your thought process. You can control yourself, and that's so incredible. Then showing compassion to a difficult person is wonderful. Yes, I don't need to reiterate that one. That's one is the best for me. And the response can be so positive. And once you show that compassion, the love will be in the air, and you guys can you can connect, even though they tend to be difficult. They will say easy with you because you'll be like so calm, okay, and that's so necessary. The world the world is full of beautiful people, even though there are some who are like negative or difficult, but you should try to get the experience about their life. Try to like dig deep if you really want to help them, because they are like stuck, most of them. Okay, and if you're in that situation wherein you know that you're difficult and you can resonate with me, um, seek help from a coach or a mentor. It will help you a lot. Okay, and the other one is when you're like living with difficult people. Sometimes, let's say you have a family member, or you're growing up with a family like your cousins or brothers or your siblings or whatever. If one of them is difficult to handle or to deal with, you are in for a long, long treat. But again, what should you do? When you find something in common with a difficult person, it helps make a smoother conversation afterwards. That's that's wonderful, because sometimes we don't. That's why I said we don't dig deep. We just we try to operate from the surface. That's not. It should not be like that. You should have to know what's really bothering that person. Try to share something that will be of interest to that person. Then you will see how life is so beautiful. Life is a gift. It's a beautiful one. We should enjoy it. Okay? Trust me, I was the kind of person that was so difficult to deal with. Sometimes I will not even understand what people are saying, and I will irritate people. When I knew myself, when I was like so aware of my identity and what my true potential, everything changes. Okay, and now I'm enjoying my life, and I don't care about what people will say about me, especially the negative ones, the naysayers. Okay, I don't care. I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm enjoying it. This is what I love doing. Okay? And so many people that benefit from it. Then, like I said earlier on, when you stay calm throughout and you listen very well, you know what will happen to you? You will know what you are dealing with. And once you know what you're dealing with, everything will make sense to you. And then there will be clarity. So I'll leave you with this. And in our society now, the world is going with the COVID and everything, the unpredictability of the world, it's easy to get to come in contact with the difficult people, and sometimes you develop negative attitude, and the bad energy will be there. You develop anger, anxiety, and all those bad things. But if you're in that situation and you're dealing with someone who is very, very difficult, don't curse that person. Don't put that person like under the bus. Don't try to like work with those tips that I've given. Then you see how life is beautiful. So it's a weekend again. I hope you're gonna enjoy it, and try to make use of your life. Make it a meaningful one. But if you're still stuck and you find it difficult to you to explore this life, get in touch with me. You never know what will happen. Probably you'll be a good fit for my program. Then we'll take it from there. Thank you very much, and cheers.